This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Dad is still awaiting answers a year after son went missing. Today will be a difficult day for Ratcliffe Campbell Sr. The cop is forced to mark an anniversary he wishes did not exist. It is now a year since his 24-year-old son, Ratcliffe Campbell Jr., has been missing. It is coming around to the time when this whole thing happened, so it put on a lot of stress, trust me, he told the news last week. This thing hit me so hard that it even deteriorated my health a certain way. I wake up one morning with my left foot crippled, and I know that it is the stress that I put on myself. I'm barely recovering right now, said the distraught father. Campbell Jr. was reportedly last seen by his mother, Antoinette Taylor Campbell, at a Parkington Plaza in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. He is said to have parted ways with her after receiving a phone call saying he was on his way to Glengough, St. Catherine, where he lives with his father. Investigators have a slim lead in the case. They were able to locate one of the missing man's mobile phones. One of his phones was found in Portmore, but we haven't gotten much from it so far. The person from Portmore said they bought it from somebody, so I am not sure how it ended up there. They are checking out some stuff in it though to see what they can get, said Campbell Sr. On the last day he was seen, Campbell Jr. was dressed in a blue shirt with white markings on it, paired with blue jogging pants and black loafers. As a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Campbell Sr. is well aware that once 2 weeks have passed, the search for missing people does not usually end well. Quite a few missing people are being investigated. I may know the results when people are missing for a certain time, so I wasn't looking for anything after the first 2 weeks. I don't have any hope that he is alive again, because the torment and pressure that he would have been under wherever they took him, I don't think he would make it through, and he wouldn't just leave on his own free will, he told the news. It is only in his dreams that he is now able to see his son, something he had never imagined happening. Me dream see him couple times, but me I wonder if it's because I keep thinking about him so much. Me remember me dream see him come home with this grey hair, and him a tell me that he is alright, but that was the last. Couple other times it's like nightmare, because it's like him come into the house and we a walk and end up in the living room before me realize that me awake, said Campbell Sr. The father is struggling to understand why someone would harm his son. He told the news that his boy was employed at a law firm as an auditor and had many plans for his future. He was not mixed up in no criminal activities because he had a good job, and him never grew up the way that to be red-eye, unless somebody draw him into some things that he is not aware of, because that can happen when you end up in the wrong crowd and not know, he lamented. But this really mashed me up. I don't know when I will ever be fine. He is hoping police investigators will be able to provide answers. Me need more to be done, and more can be done to get more information, said Campbell Sr. 4 people shot in drive-by gun attack off Walton Park Road. The police were today at the scene of a drive-by shooting in the Walton Park area of St. Andrew that left 4 people hospitalized. Reports reaching the news are that sometime after 2 p.m. Tuesday, gunmen traveling in a darker colored vehicle indiscriminately sprayed bullets along Fitzgerald Avenue off Walton Park Road. When the shooting subsided, 4 people were found suffering from gunshot wounds and were rushed to the hospital. Their conditions are not known at this time. Investigations are ongoing. Elderly man hit by minibus in Manchester, hospitalized. An elderly man has been hospitalized after he was hit by a minibus in Portsmouth, Manchester earlier today. Preliminary reports are that about 12 p.m., the driver of a Toyota Hiace minibus was overtaking a line of traffic near Trinity when he lost control of the vehicle. The bus went off-road, hitting the elderly man whose relatives says he is in his 60s. Carol Morgan, a cousin of the injured man, said he was standing in front of a bar when he was hit by the bus and flung into a tomato garden. She accused the driver of videotaping her injured relative before fleeing the scene. A police source told the news that the driver turned up at the Ports police station after the accident. The injured man was rushed to the Mandeville Regional Hospital, where he has been admitted. No permits granted for parties during Christmas season, said JCF. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is reminding the public that no permits have been granted for the hosting of parties during the Christmas season. Head of the JCF Public Safety and the Traffic Enforcement Branch, Assistant Commissioner of Police Gary Mackenzie said that the JCF will be strictly enforcing the Disaster Risk Management Act, especially where the gathering of persons is concerned. At this particular time, we are not issuing any permits for persons to host the parties to be together, and before you know it, by next year, we are in problems as it relates to our health status, he noted. Under the DRMA, the general public gathering limit remains at 10 people. The limit on the number of people in attendance at a place of worship remains at 100. However, no crusades, conferences, or conventions are permitted. The number of people permitted to physically attend a wedding remains at 100. So too, the limit of the number of people physically attending annual general meetings. ACP Mackenzie noted that people who breach the gathering limit will be charged. We will be very serious about it. We will be enforcing the DRMA. We will be arresting persons. We will be seizing the equipment that are used to set up these parties and events that are unlawful, he noted. ACP Mackenzie said that the JCF anticipates the full cooperation of citizens as it seeks to ensure that all Jamaicans enjoy a safe Christmas. Enactment of Road Traffic Act regulations again postponed. The regulations to accompany the new Road Traffic Act, which were expected to be tabled in the House of Representatives on Tuesday ahead of the Christmas break, have again been delayed. Transport Minister Robert Montague revealed on Tuesday morning that the amendments to the Traffic Authority Act will also be tabled. He said he had been working with legal technocrats over the last few days to complete the regulations, but has now been informed that the process is incomplete. The new Road Traffic Act was passed in 2018 to strengthen the law and impose tougher fines on violators.
So the commitment is that right through the holidays, the Legislative Committee team will continue its work so that at the first sitting, we'll be able to lay the regulations to the new road traffic and the amendments to the Transport Authority Act to bring the new regime into being early into the new year. We were committed for doing it before the end of this year, but unfortunately, we are not able to do it.
Teenager on shooting charge offered bail. A teenager who was among 3 persons held in St. Elizabeth after an alleged shootout with the police was on Monday offered bail in the sum of $100,000 in the St. Elizabeth Parish Court. The teenager, who is from St. Thomas, is to report to the Yells Police Station once weekly. His co-accused, the 27-year-old Marlon Sultan, and the 20-year-old Francois Wilson were remanded. They are charged with illegal possession of a firearm and ammunition. The 3 accused are scheduled to return to court on December 20. The court was told that for the second time, the investigating officer was absent and the case file was incomplete. It's alleged that the 3 individuals disobeyed a police signal to stop at a checkpoint in Newmarket on November 30. It was further alleged that the occupants of the car opened fire at the police, then sped off. The car was later intercepted. The teenager and the 2 men were taken into custody and later charged. 41 additional COVID-19 cases, 1 more fatality. Jamaica has recorded 1 more COVID-19 fatality, pushing the total to 2,429. The deceased is a 96-year-old woman from Kingston and St. Andrew who died on December 7. Meanwhile, there were 41 additional cases with ages ranging from 2 to 94 years, pushing the total to 91,843. Of the new cases, 19 are women and 22 are men. The parish breakdown is as follows: St. Mary 11, St. Anne 9, St. Catherine 6, Kingston and St. Andrew 4, Westmoreland 3, St. James 2, Trelawney 2, Clarendon 1, Manchester 1, St. Elizabeth 1, Hanover 1, Portland and St. Thomas recorded no new cases. A total of 1,291 tests were conducted. The country's positivity rate stands at 3.7%. In the meantime, there were 76 more recoveries, increasing the total to 63,567. Some 114 persons are in hospital, with 21 being moderately ill, 9 severely ill, and 4 critically ill, and 15,552 persons are in home quarantine. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.